Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Has Abba Yusuf hit the ground running in Kano? Today's big hard fact is that Abba Yusuf has had 18 days as governor of Kano State. That's almost one fifth of the way into his first 100 days. It's a nice point to look at what's happening so far, especially since there's been a lot of drama, a lot of headlines from that state. And joining me to talk about him is Kolawole Omoniyi. Kolawole Omoniyi is the head of news, Cool Wazobia Info Kano. Kolawole, welcome back to Hard Facts.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good to have you here. All right, Lagos, let's also hear from you. What questions or comments do you have about Abba Yusuf's first couple of weeks as governor in Kano State? What do you think will happen with the Emirates? How do you see all these demolitions happening there?
Hello, Sandra. I barely hear you.
Is it better now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, sorry about the quality of the sound. Let's start with the story that has everyone talking, or had everyone talking last week. Ex-Governor Ganduje talking about slapping ex-Governor Kwankwaso, and Kwankwaso saying, you know, if you try, you cannot do more than a hanging pint. How did things degenerate between these two leaders to the point that they're talking this way about each other in public?
Yeah, it doesn't speak well of them anyway because, they have grassroots followership here in Kano State, and whatever transpired between them, it always degenerates. And I think that last week, you've seen most of them going to radio stations condemning each other in their political programs here. And that's the tradition here anyway. They are into politics, and regardless of whatever the principle of the regulation of the broadcasting, they go to the media. You see people being on payroll of 10,000 naira daily to go and talk on the radio to lambast each other and what have you. And that has been what we've been witnessing in the last 1 week after that banter between Konkoso and Ganduje.
Was it banter though?
To them, it's like political battle in Kano anyway, even though they are not facing each other, exchanging blows,
right.
But they are exchanging political blows.
Okay. Now we know that they are quarreling over these ongoing demolitions, but give us context about why. Why have these construction projects become so political?
Yeah, the challenge here is before now they've been lamenting, the NMPP guys now, about the manner in which the governor allegedly sold most of those lands, and they've not been happy about it. It was part of their campaign for electioneering that whenever they take over, they have to revoke most of those lands.
Right.
And some of them are genuinely, some of the arguments are genuine anyway, because there are some locations that it's obvious. Like Kano State Polytechnic, when you go there, you see some locations there. You see some places that are even close to lecture room where those lands were sold to private individuals, and they've been building houses in those areas. So what literally means is that if you see somebody living like a residential apartment inside a polytechnic, if the person has children, if they are making noise and you are receiving lecture, it's not like a staff quarters, you know how the picture could be, you understand? So some of those locations are genuine. There are some lands that are meant for mosque that government sold, like Kano Pillar Stadium now. All the entrances of the surroundings of the stadium is sold everything that you hardly even identify where is the location of the stadium, except if you know the place before. So those are the allegations against the government. There are some places too that they feel like, okay, here it belongs to Kano War, and this land is historical. He sold some of those places too. The golf land to where they used to play golf in Kano that they claim that is historical. They said they have a number of holes. I'm not too much into sports. That the moment you miss one of those holes, that is as if you are saying that's the end of the game. The governor was also encroaching into those places too,
I
and he
see.
sold it.
I see.
According to Land Use Act, he has a right and prerogative to do that when he was there as a governor
Right.
anyway.
Yes.
But when he left, it's now left for whoever is taking charge to say, okay, I like this, I don't like this. But there is argument that, okay, even if you are to demolish some of these locations, some of these properties, you have to inform them ahead. Many of those, some of these properties, they've already rented them. Like those people that
Oh,
bought those lands, they built shops
on the
on them,
lands.
like 90 shops,
Right.
3-story buildings, 4-story buildings,
Right.
and many people have occupied those shops.
Okay.
As a result of that, you end up seeing some, like one a particular DJ said he lost 7 million naira
My
because
gosh.
he paid rent of 1.2 million and he bought equipment into those shops. He just woke up and they said governor has demolished the place without prior notification. So we have some set of people that are having issue with that. And another set of people is, okay, we have this property. Some say, okay, it's PPA, public-private partnership, not even that they bought this property from the government. But they also claim that that particular property that they say is PPA, they trace the link to the CAC, and they discovered that one of the in-laws of the governor is a director of that particular company that they claim that they were doing PPA with the state government. But what people have been saying now is that if you even identify something of that nature, you can engage them. You can find a way of solving it. Okay, is there a better way we can improve on what is on ground, or just bring it down? But some legal practitioners are saying, okay, if governor doesn't have right on those properties, he only has right on the land. So he wanted to reclaim the land. That's why he's embarking on those demolitions. So it has been a divided opinion so far.
Now, why wasn't there any, or was there any serious outcry or pushback during Ganduje's term when Ganduje was approving construction on lands belonging to schools, mosques, or other public institutions like Abba Yusuf and Rabiu Kwankwaso are claiming? Was there outcry at the time? If there wasn't, why wasn't there outcry? Why wasn't there pushback?
Yeah, there were outcries then. People were lamenting, people were complaining.
Okay.
You see many people going to radio to lament about it.
Okay.
Like ASUP in Kano State, they issued a statement. Occasionally, they do invite journalists to lament about this, and we've been using the story to complain that, okay, most of their school land, they are encroaching on it and they are selling it.
Right.
But you definitely know that the governor was in charge, so nobody could override whatever decision he made then.
Right.
And when he came on board, he amended that Land Use Act and gave himself a power, not himself alone, any governor in Kano State, that there are some certain location of land that he has to be the one to personally approve it, not the commissioner for lands in the state, before they can give final approval. And they've been accusing the governor that most of these payments are being paid into his personal account, not the state government account. We don't have evidence for that, but that has been part of the accusations.
Okay. Okay. Now we know that there's also revocation of sales going on. So, for example, the Hasia Bayero Hospital, the new government says that the old government tried to sell the old site of the hospital, but Ganduje's camp is insisting that they did not sell the hospital, but instead that they were converting it to a malnutrition treatment center. Is there any clarity about what really happened there?
Yeah, we don't have much details regarding that particular property, but what we know that there's nobody that, after the demolition, nobody came out to say, okay, I bought this place. It was a state government project. So people have been condemning that particular one that, okay, if you're embarking on demolition, others, partially you've been able to justify it, okay, these were handed over to private individuals.
Right.
But this particular one, no any individual came out to say, okay, I bought this property or it belongs to me.
Right.
So it's part of what Ganduje has also been lamenting, that why will you come on board and just come and be demolishing whatever is inside, because Ganduje was the one that directed the project.
Right. Right. All right, Lagos, join the conversation. 0700-993-993. What do you think about what's going on in Kano? The last time you were here, Kolawole, we talked about Abba Yusuf's promise to probe the debts that the past administration left behind.
Mm.
Have there been any actual moves by his administration to do that?
No, for now, no any movement or they've not done anything regarding the probing of debt.
Okay.
And we did not hear that probably those guys go with any properties for now. The main project that the state government is facing right now is destruction projects, demolition everywhere.
Destruction project.
You heard
That's an
about what
interesting name.
transpired yesterday at the entrance of the state government house.
Yes.
A structure there was demolished. Immediately, it was early in the morning we got to know about it. We followed up. The state government issued a statement why the demolition. They said, okay, it's because the structure engineers projected that it might collapse between now and next year. And they don't want a situation whereby it will kill people if it collapses. So that's why they demolished it. The second point was that it was a monument that they did to mark 50 years anniversary in Kano State in 2017. They said the structure was too long and is blocking the view of security guys inside the state government house. So it's better they demolish it so that they'll be able to see front whenever people are approaching the state government house. But the latest breaking news we are getting today now from the state secretary, the secretary to the state government that granted interview with a particular local radio station in Kano, he also attributed the demolition to religion factor.
Okay.
He said there was a particular cross on the structure which symbolizes Christianity and is not allowed in Kano State, where Muslims are the dominant here. They dominate the residents in Kano. So because of that, is one of the reasons why they have to demolish it. And he also made reference to a particular bypass that I think President Muhammadu Buhari bypass. They named him after President Muhammadu Buhari. Just like a few months ago, they commissioned the bypass. He said that same cross also appear on the bypass, and they have to do something about it. So we don't know whether it's demolition or they have to restructure the cross.
Can Kano afford all these demolitions? Are you people a rich state? Do people have money in Kano that you are destroying a lot of public property that were built with taxpayer money?
Sincerely speaking, that answer to that question is capital no. Because as we speak right now, Kano cannot survive paying salary of workers without relying on FAC money every month as we speak.
Right.
Kano has never generated 3 billion naira as an IGR compared to Lagos, where we have over 60 billion naira monthly. And when you want to pick cities in Nigeria, you pick Lagos, you pick Rivers. If you're talking about Abuja is a political city anyway, then you're talking about Kano. So if they are not making 3 billion naira IGR in Kano monthly, that they have to rely. The last time I told you how they used to take overdraft occasionally when this money is delayed. So we don't have money for such. I don't even know why this destruction. People have been asking questions regarding that.
Okay, let's come back to Lagos now. We have so many people trying to join the conversation. 0700 993 993 993 01465 7190. Hello, thanks for calling us.
Hello, Auntie Sandra. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, sir?
My name is Victor. I'm calling for Bariga.
Victor.
Now, what for Nigeria? Hey, that's where people they find for live.
All right, Victor says now, wow, how's people they find to live? I want to come back to a point you made earlier on, Kolawole, but I do have a number of calls coming in, so let me take those calls very quickly. 99.3.
Good evening, Auntie Sandra.
Hi, good evening. What's your name, ma'am?
How is work today?
Work is fine, thank you.
I don't understand why we like to destroy properties because of we have power. The power we are talking about, it doesn't make us to be using it as if nobody have right on one another. As I've asked, is there so much money in Kano that you like to destroy? And you are destroying this property because of some Christian this thing, because of the properties belong to one member, and the person have left the governorship. That is why you have to destroy the property. You forgot that people are feeding on that property we are talking about. Is it lie?
No, not a lie.
Yeah, so people are facing on that property.
Right.
And it's so, it's so easy to gather those things together and destroy it just like that.
Right.
I don't know why we are so destructive in this country, especially this Nigeria. We like to destroy things too much. When the fasciola regime, the one they destroy is very important. That is why they destroy it. But not like this Kano case, people are complaining and lamenting seriously. You know, me, I'm an ECWA member.
Okay.
Many people that is there in that area complain, even in the church.
Okay.
So I don't know why they are doing like that. They should just put stop to it and let people move on. No. Because when you are destroying their property like this, how are they going to fight on life? Eh?
Great question.
Thank
you very much for calling. You know, Kalaole, I want to come back to a point you made earlier, and then I'll go back to taking calls. We have a number of people trying to join the conversation. You know, you mentioned that the state government said that because Kano is dominantly Muslim, some of the structures having some symbols that represent Christianity is the reason that they will take down some of those structures. Isn't that a very divisive thing for the Kano government to say that they're demolishing structures because there's a cross on it?
And the shocking part of it is that the person that made that statement was a former ASU chairman at Bayero University, Kano State. So he's a learned person, he's a doctor, and he's a former lecturer anyway before he joined politics. Right. You understand? Right. So making that kind of statement with the fragile nature of Kano in terms of religious crisis, right. I think is something that we were not even expecting anyway, because Kano people have been celebrating the peaceful coexistence we've been experiencing the last 8 years in Kano. Yeah. And because like somebody was even saying this afternoon that probably no wonder why occasionally they do witness some of these crises when the former governor was around. If this kind of notion is what they are to nurture, everybody, I can tell you that you hardly, if you enter Kano, you must definitely pass that place. Not even me that I'm talking to you here, I've ever noticed this point that they just raised out. We believe that many Kano people did not even pay attention to it. Yes. Muslims, Christians, they move close to this symbol, to this structure, they snap pictures, they move on with their lives. Right. But for a secretary to the state government to go on radio, not even talking, not a one-on-one conversation, not a leaked audio. Right. He went live on radio and telling Kano people this in Hausa language. You know what it means in Kano.
Right. Now, for those of us in Lagos who don't understand what it means to say something like that in Hausa language, what does it mean?
Yeah, what it means is that it's as if you are instigating the Christians and Muslims against each other. It's as if you are trying to project the immediate past government as if probably they are favoring the Christianity, you understand, right. Which they believe in Kano State, Muslims are the dominating religion in right. Kano. Right. And apart from that, you know that in Kano there are some locations where you cannot even erect church or whatever, any religious gathering that is not has to do with a mosque, you understand. Right. So if you are now giving this kind of impression that it means as if maybe the government was trying to impose Christianity on Kano people. And he went ahead by saying, okay, this is not Islamic, it's against the religion.
Goodness. Okay. I'm going to take a few messages from WhatsApp. Let's see what Lagos is saying on WhatsApp. Paulie Demudia from Surulere says, I hope the new governor of Kano also probes the stuffing of US dollars into Agbada by Ganduje, which earned him the nickname Gandola. We've got this one here from Ralph. Ralph says, our politicians are too greedy. They learned the new idea of eating the past, the present, and the future of the citizens. And we've got Steve, who says, why do they want us to take I think that's a message that was sent for an earlier conversation we were having on the show. It really has nothing to do with the conversation we're having at the moment. So let me come back and take calls then. 0700993 Hello, thanks for calling us. Sorry about that. Give me a call back if you can. Hi, good evening. Oh, that's also unfortunate. Call us back if you can. 0700-993-993-993-01465-7190. Hello, thanks for calling us.
Hello?
Hello, how you doing? Oh no, please turn that radio off and then let's talk. Okay, something seems to be happening with the phones today. 99.3? Okay, lots of calls, but doesn't seem to be connecting. 99.3?
Hello. This is Pastor Lawyer you're talking.
Thank you, welcome. Talk to me.
Bless you, ma.
Bless you as well.
Kano, they are too rigid when it comes to issue of religion. Or for this religion of a stuff to have been translated into something that has negative effect on people is highly unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. Religions apart, human being, that is a social life and politics apart. When you are mixing the two under the guise of playing religion, the politics, it is not something that is desirable in our situation presently. People should look at it from the perspective of a good governance, whereby everybody is allowed to practice his or her own religion without any bias from government.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Now, of course, I should mention or reiterate something that Kolawole said on the call earlier on. He said Kano has experienced a peaceful coexistence for at least 8 years, and that is why it's quite unfortunate that the secretary to the state government is the one who has, made these very inflammatory comments. Also, why the citizens in Kano are condemning it. Yes, Kolawole, how did the citizens react to messaging like that from the Secretary to State Government?
Yeah, the story surfaced this afternoon, so the reaction may follow from now till tomorrow.
Okay.
But definitely, you definitely know that it will be a negative reaction. To those people in Kano State, they may also pick 1 or 2 points from it and may support whatever the state government is saying right now, because we know that the kind of the nature of bias, the nature of the way religion is being practiced, you understand. So they may support that motion, because the moment you want to let people buy your idea, they find a way, just like the one of the callers said now, they find a way of making it like, okay, this thing that this person did was wrong. I want to put it in the right shape now. But in a situation whereby we have one, I think the leader of NNPP in Kano, who people generally perceive that, okay, this person is even, somebody was saying days ago, like, Kano is the only state that has 2 governors right now. You understand? So if that is the case, that you feel like, okay, this person contested to be president of Nigeria, and whatever action that is being taken right now, you can't take it out of him. Right. You can't. The governor cannot do anything without his consent.
Right.
So for them to come out openly, to come and be linking the discussion to religious conditions, say, okay, because of this cross that has a link with Christianity. So it means if this person is governing Nigeria, the person may be biased religious-wise.
All right, Kolawole, we'll take a break. When we come back from this break, Lagos, let's keep talking to our head of news from Kuwazubia Info, Kano, joining us to take a look at the past 2 weeks of Abba's governorship in Kano. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. You're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this break.
Mama T International.
Palowski!
Madam Nanja, I greet you.
Well done.
Mama T, please let me have water too.
Wow.
Podolski, I like the way you are dedicated in taking your medicine every day. But it will be sweeter if you go and take the corona vaccine like we did.
It's okay.
But I told you I don't want any
Welcome.
form of complication. You know I have hypertension.
Uncle Polo, my daddy's brother, Uncle Jaye, also takes medicine every day, but he has taken his COVID-19 vaccine.
Polo, she speaks the truth. In your condition, you need this vaccine more. If you contract corona, it will really be complicated for you. Big Joe takes people to the health center on Fridays. As the chief protector, I am inviting you to join us.
Chief Protector Sabirade.
I have heard. I go follow who no road.
COVID-19 is more dangerous for the elderly and people with underlying conditions. Protect these people in your family. Encourage them to get vaccinated and to test if they develop symptoms. Follow who no road.
Taste is key and that's how we communicate. Best nourishment in every school. Baba, tasty Baba, share the love. We all together. I love my Baba. Baba, tasty, nourishing, school grades.
Your Nutritious Bama is now available in sachet.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day. No matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Looking to rent a house? Let's connect you with thousands of landlords across Nigeria where you can pay your rent in monthly installments.
Visit the website www.ilea.com. That's ILEYAH.com.
And in less than 10 minutes, you can start paying your rent monthly forever. Terms and conditions apply.
Powered by Ilea.
Wake up, sleepyhead. It's girls' day out.
Fine. What's the plan for today?
Okay, so we have a 9 a.m. hair and nail appointment at the salon. At 3 p.m., we're going to watch the new superhero movie. Have drinks with Emeka and his friend at 6. At 8, we're going to try out the new restaurant at the mall and...
All that in one day? How?
Easy, my love. Start your day with a bowl of cereal made specially with Olympic milk. Let's get going.
Enjoy the goodness of Olympic milk to own your day. Olympic milk. Stay active.
Moves must be made. My people just to work hard. Dreams and challenges motivate us. But sometimes, when the journey gets tiring, all we need is something to push our limits.
Reactor, ignite your energy, bring out your inner champion. Reactor, reactor, ignite your energy, bring out your inner
or call 01-700-7243 to get started.
Get lucky, get rich. Hey, get lucky, get rich. Oganedu, how you dey now? Call me Agent Lucky. Which one be Agent Lucky again? You don't dey do property business. Now luckybet.ng I register with you. I don't become Agent Lucky. My brother, no be small cash out. I can make up to 1 million naira monthly. Luckybet they pay sharp sharp. Luckybet go give you up to 50% in commission and bonuses. Weekly and monthly bonus on turnover. Luckybet go summer you with a 250% multiplier bonus for online games. To become agent with Luckybet, make you get shop and order necessary items. Enter their website www.luckybet.ng or call 01-252-6666 or WhatsApp 0906-298. You don't hear? You too feel lucky. Get rich.
Customer, yeah, come. Authentic UK product. Give my customer a job. Customer, I get what you find. Enter, my organ inside.
Emeka, how far now? I hear say you don't settle your third boy this month. Not true?
Not true. Like Keystone Bank Oga account where I open to save money they help me. To settle my boys no be problem again. And when I need emergency money, I still fit borrow from inside the account. Sharp.
That one good though.
With Keystone Bank's Oga account, you can plan better towards your apprentice's settlement. With a minimum balance of 5,000 naira, you can open an Oga account, make monthly contributions, and get interest on savings. Make it happen for your apprentice today. Visit the nearest Keystone Bank branch or call 0700 2000 3000 to open an Oga account. Keystone Bank, we grow together.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day, no matter when I show you.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Are you tired of using ordinary lubricants that fail to give your engine the power and protection it deserves? Introducing Shell Helix Lubricants, now available in Nigeria. No more frequent visits to the mechanic. No more funny noise coming from your engine. No more abnormal fuel consumption. You can now say goodbye to all that smoke from your car's exhaust.
Shell Helix Lubricants uses Pure Plus technology, a technology that protects your engine from dirt, gets rid of impurities, and improves engine performance. Need guaranteed engine protection? Use Shell Helix Lubricants. Now available at AP and NU service stations nationwide.
Guy, I was just about to come and give you one sweet gist. Where are you dashing to this early morning, by the way? I hope all is well.
Are you on this planet at all? In fact, which gist can be sweeter than the fact that Xiaomi is giving out up to 3 million naira and plenty other goodies?
Guy, give me the full details of this your own update now.
Yes, this is the best time to purchase any Xiaomi product of your choice. On every purchase, you stand a chance to win a whopping sum of 3 million naira cash, a Xiaomi 55 inches smart TV, Xiaomi suitcase, and up to 100% cashback. When you buy any of the Redmi Note 11 series, Redmi 10A, Redmi 10C, Redmi A1 Plus, you get up to 10,000 naira discount and other sweet deals on your purchase. Guess what? When you buy the latest Xiaomi devices like the Redmi Note 12 series, Redmi 12C, and Redmi A2 Plus, you even stand a better chance to enjoy better deals. All you have to do is simply buy a Xiaomi product and you will automatically stand a chance to win. Did you hear that? So you see, that your gist can wait too. Because right now I am rushing to Xiaomi store to quickly buy that Xiaomi phone that has been on my mind since. Because right now is the best time, and of course, this cannot pass me by.
This offer is valid from 1st June to 8th July 2023.
Ernest Oga, wetin happen? I don send am go market. Abi dey owe you money.
Oga pharmacy, no be your boy I dey call jare. I dey ask for Ernest liver salt, medicine wey dey comot any yamayama discomfort for person belle, whether na heartburn, constipation or even indigestion o. Ernest liver salt get lemon, orange and other correct flavors. With Ernest liver salt, belle go dey balance. Oya Oga pharmacy, sama me one make I go enjoy.
Ernest liver salt, the medicine wey dey make your belle kulele. Rush enter any pharmacy go buy your own now.
Now, product of Neskem Pharmaceutical Limited.
Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in a mug, some like it on the road. That's right! Whatever your hustle, stay refreshed and ready with the creamy, great-tasting new Nescafe Ready to Drink. It comes in a convenient pack with a straw, so you can enjoy it anywhere, anytime. No dulling. Nescafe Ready to Drink. Refresh for the hustle.
Hey, mama. Taste is key and that's how we communicate. Best nourishment in every school. Mama, tasty mama. Share the love we all together. I love my mama.
dentist. What are cavities? And how does Colgate protect my teeth from cavities? Does it use Kung Fu?
No, dear. Most tooth pains are caused by tooth holes called cavities. When you brush daily with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, its expert formula locks natural calcium in our teeth and helps protect them from cavities.
It's time to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Colgate is recommended by the Nigerian Dental Association.
Behind every child's first step is a great mom. First words, first birthday, first day at school. Great moms are there all the way to care and to nurture. And with the Pears Baby range, you choose to put your baby first. Available in lotion, oil, cream, and jelly, and made of natural mild ingredients. Pears is pure and gentle for all your baby skincare needs. Put your baby first today with the Pears Baby range of products.
Naija people with the yarn better tori abeg.
Man like Osimhen, Baba just dey chop Italian league like Oha. Chelsea want am, Man you dey wait, even Mourinho dey hate. Come off it.
No one tells a story like we do. Stream live football, local and international shows on Showmax, Africa's original streaming service. Sign up at showmax.com.
The round table is back. I recall that the former Minister for Interior, Abdulrahman Dambazao, said that people go in as dogs and come out as lions.
I don't think the Nigerian government actually took the time to look at it from a holistic perspective.
And it's just really painful because it seems as though that, with every new government, we tend to miss the previous government.
It's just like you put human beings to live as pigs inside a place. How do you correct such? I don't even know who gave them the idea of changing the name.
Around table this June 28th, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, 29th, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., and 30th, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Be part of the table on 99.3 Lagos, 92.3 Port Harcourt, and 95.1 Abuja. Let's talk.
I would just say that we're all stakeholders in the business of building Nigeria.
This is the University of Africa. Here, the most important qualification is imagination, because here, everyone has a reason to imagine.
Finesse, skill, beats, stunts, beats.
What's your reason? We want to hear it from you. Imagine it with you. Maybe even make it a reality for you. Follow at Airtel Nigeria on all social media platforms for more details. T's and C's apply.
Airtel, a reason to imagine. All round the clock, all year round. Never a time the journey would have been easy without you. You made your number one talk station, Nigeria Info, part of your everyday life.
Nigeria Info, callers, you people. Oh, I like the energy. This is what I want to hear every time.
And now, because of your active listening and contribution, we are crowned the radio station of the year. We are incredibly humbled and honored to be standing on the solid ground of your trust on our programming. This recognition means so much to us, and we are deeply grateful for it. Thank you for making this possible. Thank you for choosing Nigeria Info. Thank you for answering our call. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Lagos, I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and you're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Abba Yusuf has had 18 days as governor of Kano. That's 1/5 of the way into his first 100 days. And so it's a nice point to take a look and see if he has hit the ground running in Kano. I've got a comment on Facebook that says, yes, he has hit the ground running, but in the opposite direction. Helping me answer questions and paint a picture of what's happening in Kano for us is my head of news, Kuwazobia Info Kano, Kolawole or Money. Kolawole, thank you for sticking with us through that break. Before the break, we talked about the quarrel between Ganduje and, of course, Kwankwaso with the "if you slap me, I slap you," not God no go vex situation. And then and we also talked about why they're talking about slapping each other. And we know, of course, that it's as a result of these ongoing demolitions about with Abba Yusuf essentially driving the tractor. We also know that both Abba Yusuf and Rabiu Kwankwaso insist that Ganduje was approving construction on lands belonging to schools and mosques and other public institutions. We've also seen revocation of sales, for instance. I gave the example of the Hasia Bayero Hospital, where the new government says the old government tried to sell the old site of the hospital. We also talked about some of the debts that Abba Yusuf promised to probe from the past administration. Kololi said to us that those ones haven't started yet. Kololi also said that Kano doesn't have a lot of money, so essentially these demolitions happening at the moment in Kano are actually quite detrimental because a lot of taxpayer money went into building those things that the current administration is destroying, for lack of a better word. Now, what's the general view of everyday people about all of these moves? Before the break, you mentioned that the comment from the Secretary to the State Government about the reason why they demolished particular structures in Kano, for instance. Reactions to that particular comment we'll start seeing by this evening, tomorrow, because that comment just came out in the afternoon. But all the other actions we've seen from Abba Yusuf's administration, what's the general view of everyday people about these moves? Do they see it as the governor taking necessary steps to restore sanity? Do they see it as a political fight? Do they see it as unnecessary? What's the general view?
Yeah, the general view is that many people have been condemning the move of demolishing some of those structures. We have a number of dilapidated buildings in the city that they feel like, okay, if these buildings are still struggling to cope and probably might even be deadly when they eventually collapse, why touching some of these new structures? If a company claimed that, okay, this was a PPP arrangement between me and the state government, and if you trace the company to CAC record and you discover that, okay, this person is Ganduje's in-law, is there any way you could follow the legal option of say, okay, how can I get this project back, this property back, since it was illegally possessed? So that was the popular opinion as of last 1 week when they started this demolition. Because when you see the structure, no matter how you want to support the state government or probably the kind of support they got when they were campaigning, I think they are losing it right now, because many people that felt, oh, these people, they like them, they like the way they work, they like the way they prioritize education, now abandoning education for demolition. It has always been something that is somehow confusing. They didn't know, nobody saw this coming, like to this extent of saying any project in sight. So some people have started reading meaning to it, like, okay, do you intend to destroy every legacy of Ganduje in Kano State? If you claim this person did not do it because he was selling properties, would this be the best option you could explore to get some of those stuff back? Because to many people, multi-billion projects, billion naira projects that you are destroying in Kano State, they felt so bad about it. That's just the popular opinion anyway. But those people that are aligned with the party right now, that they believe in the ideology of Konkosia, most of them are still saying, okay, it's a good development to them. Just a few number of people anyway that has a link with politics, not normal, common and Kano residents
Kano
now.
people. All right, we've got Abraham from Ajah who says, I just want to ask about the economic value that Kano will get from these rapid demolitions. Okay. We've got this one here. I pity anyone still taking our politicians seriously with their pretentious actions of serving the public. They deceive people in public and go behind and sort themselves out with appointments and looting plans. The ones using the public radio to use religious sentiments on them should have told them how advanced their state is with their religious stories. Unfortunately, they've kept most of their people believing these fake stories. We've got this one here from Yomi in Muriokwala. Yomi says, Sandra, can you imagine all these unimaginable events going on in Kano? Is this how Kwankwaso factors will govern Kano State? It's better he sets up a panel and probes Ganduje than demolishing structures. We've got this one here. Very annoying to hear the issue of religion brought into the shenanigans of the current Kano State governor. This is a very dangerous trend that is being allowed to continue unchallenged. What will happen if a Christian starts reacting to Muslims in other states? Destroying anything related to religion is very insensitive, primitive, and a very uneducated move to follow the line of bigotry. It's time to tag anyone who preaches this foolishness as a potential terrorist. Why? Because it's capable of causing chaos and destabilization with a ripple effect to spread across communities and states. An unpleasant news not to be heard worldwide, how a single statement or action of insensitive government officials or citizens is capable of destroying a country and send it 1,000 years back into the Stone Age. All right. Usman says, the roundabout that was demolished by the Kano state government is not because of the symbol as claimed by the SSG. They just want to play religious card to justify the reason why monuments were demolished, because many Kwankwasia, many Kanawas had criticized the governor, including supporters of the Kwankwasia movement. Okay, interesting. We've got this one here that says, Sandra, you can see the reason that the governor of Kano gave. This is laughable and childish, honestly. Politicians, they like wasting resources of Nigerians just for personal beef. When I say politicians, when I say politicians don't mean well for Nigerians, I know what I'm saying. All right, Richard from here in Lagos with that message there. Now, I always ask the question about Emirates, Kolawole. Abba Yusuf has been meeting with both the House of Assembly and the Emirates Council about the future of the new Emirates that his predecessor created. There's been no concrete decision yet, but is it looking like he's serious about either scrapping those Emirates or demoting and placing them under the Kano Emirates? What's it looking like there?
Sincerely speaking, no one could predict that now, because most of the decisions they've been making in the last 2-3 weeks, most of them are shocking. You just wake up to hear the next line of action, no prior notification. But if we are to rely on the antecedent of the current Konkosia movement, we can be waiting for that shocking news that anything can happen any moment from now. And the reason why I'm saying this, Konkoso had granted BBC the interview, and he said it that they have to review the composition of Kano Emirate councils. So if he said that, and he has a governor that whatever it dictates to him, he just follow and implement, then we might be expecting that something might happen, because people have been flying rumors here and there that they want to review that particular law that established the 4 Emirate councils, the additional 4. But they issued a statement yesterday. The state government issued a statement that they've not done anything regarding that. They are still trying to set up their cabinets right now, maybe from next week. So anything can happen on that. People have been speculating, but we've not really gotten any tangible information regarding whether they are to fall back to status quo or they just maintain what we have on ground right now.
Remind us, when Ganduje created those emirates to dilute the power and prestige of the Emir of Kano, what was the reaction from everyday people in Kano?
Many of them, Kano is like a body language state. Mostly when you see your leader doing something, they just follow. Sometimes people that could ask questions, they might just be minor, maybe the minority, you understand. Most of the followers, they don't, in as much as the leader that's talking, they hardly have issue with that. And one of the reasons why I'm saying this is that when it was created, we knew the battle between current, the immediate past emir then and the current one, the impression of people was that, okay, he wanted to reduce the power of emir of Kano, so he needed some other people, and he experimented in the law that established the Emirate Council then by saying the leader will be a rotational leadership. That if Kano Emirate Council is in charge for 4 years, then the leader will go back to Gaya, then Karaye, and what have you. It was eventually after the emir was removed, they now amended that law to say, okay, Kano emir will be the leader of other Emirate councils. So the reaction was not that bad then, because those locations felt, oh, we too will now have our own Emirates. The way the governor said it, that it will bring development to those locations. They will be able to allocate some certain dividend of democracies for them and resources. That was the impression they had then. But as we speak right now, after the creation, after the dust that rose as a result of the back and forth between the governor then and the former emir, when the dust settled, everything remained the way it is right now. Apart from that, emirs where we get the emirs there's no any development in those locations.
All right, thank you so much for your time, and we'll keep our eye on Kano, and if there's anything else that pops off, we'll check in with you, and you'll let us know. Kolawole Omoni is the head of New School Wazobia Info Kano. Thank you for your time this evening, Kolawole.
Thanks for having me.
Right.
Thank you, Lagos.
Yes. Lagos, before I go, let me quickly tell you what's happening and how you can win some money, yes?
Yeah, thank you. You're so right. It's in the nail on the head. Anyways, so it's Friday and like it's Thursday, but I'm literally feeling Friday already, and the weekend is approaching. I'm sure that we all want to be relaxed and taken care of, but you cannot do that without money, can you? I know Sakwa is outside, but what if I tell you that with only 100 naira, you can quickly put like 25k up to 25k, 1 million in your pocket overnight, just like that? It sounds like a joke, but with on oneplay.ng, if you just dial *347 *880 hash with only 100 naira and follow the prompt, 25k can be yours overnight. And if you want to know if you've won, you listen to Nigeria Info with Ada by 10:15 p.m. And if the computer picks your number just like that, you've won 25k. And there's a whooping 75k to be won, meaning 3 people are going to get a chance to win 25k. So oneplay.ng is telling you to dial *347 *880 hash with only 100 naira and follow the prompts. Don't forget to play responsibly.
When I was 5 months pregnant, I started using.
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those that need to be fired are fired.
It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not a